And we're back with Theo and Vince. Let's talk about love.
Love is in the air.
Love.
No, stop. You can't sing.
Well, you can sing. You can sing. I got you. It's just we can't sing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, let's talk about love. So, the first thing I want to talk about is what are the different ways that you view or you experience love?
well, there are different kinds of love. There is romantic love. There is passionate love. There's a more affectionate kind of love. You know, they're different.
What are the differences for you?
Yeah, what are you? I don't know.
Bitch, give me side eye.
I just love you so much.
There's that kind of love, you know. There's tough love. There's you know. So it depends. Like, what kind of love do you want to hear about?
I just want to like know the different ways that you experience love. So like from the differences for you between loving your family to loving your friends to loving someone in a romantic kind of way. Like what are the differences for you?
I personally think that the love that I have for my friends and my family is very similar.
Yeah.
Because I view my friends as my family. In a way, like I'm not friends with just any random Jim or Joe on the street, you know, like I'm friends with someone for a reason, and I take them in as my family. Like I will do anything for my friends who are actually my friend. You know, like I don't want to say like there's people that are your friends, which is like, you know, people that you kind of just know, and it's like, hey, and you go, hey, and you know, and then it kind of ends there. And then there's the friends that you have that are like, okay, like I can actually communicate and sit down with you and also just be in like complete silence with you and feel completely comfortable. Like that's the kind of friend that I view as like my family, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
And that love is like that's like love that like, I don't know, it's like a love that you cherish deep inside of you. Like it's a very deep love. It's a very important love because it's that love that like helps you in those times where you're happy, when you're sad. You know, it's love that's always present.
Yeah, it's, you know, sometimes you can even like I don't want anyone to think that I love anyone less, but like sometimes like because like family you're assigned and friends you choose. So sometimes that love for a friend can be stronger,
Oh no, for sure.
like because you
All
found
depending on like
Depending.
the connection,
Exactly.
the kind of family you have.
exactly like because you've found this person that means so much to you in your life that you've decided you're going to, you know, like they're almost now a part of you.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't imagine your life without them, and you know they're a constant, and you know you can sometimes you can go to that person with anything, or you want to go to that person for a specific thing because you know like you and them have that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you connect. Love, like that kind of love is where you connect with these people, and it's not forced and it's not assigned. You connect.
Yeah.
And you know, like at the end of the day,
you can go to that person anytime, or just like know that person's there for you even if they're not there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way with people that you love romantically? Let's say if you haven't been in a relationship with someone but you love them romantically, do you feel that same way with them?
I feel like that's a good, it's usually a Kickstarter into that romance field. You know, like I feel like your love for that person will be a lot stronger if it starts off in that kind of way, you know, where you love them unconditionally, as without any, you know, sex or anything involved. You really feel that connection really deep inside of you. You're like, I would do anything for this person. And then, you know, if it evolves into that, then, you know, sex is the plus, you know, or like being more intimate is that plus in that relationship. So like, yeah, I think it's very important to have that, but you know, sometimes relationships just kind of kickstart with sex, you know? Like sometimes it's like, oh, we vibed really well physically. Let's see how we vibe
Emotionally.
to a more emotional level. You know, like I might know the person at a certain degree emotionally, but I know them more physically at that certain point because we shared ourselves completely. And then we kind of developed through time, seeing like, oh, okay, how do I feel with you emotionally? Like completely like letting loose and being like, this is me 100%, you know?
You know, the dog agrees.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna go check on my dog real quick. I'll be right back.
So, yeah, I've been in love before with someone and it didn't go anywhere. We never got, like, well, they didn't have the same feelings for me, but they didn't know I was in love with them. I never told them. And just like, I loved them as a friend beforehand, and the love for them as a friend remained, but a new love was there where it was more individual to them. It was like they are the one. They are the one I want to wake up to. They are the one I want to devote my time to. I want to connect with that person one on one more than I would just, Vince and I drinking wine and like having a girls' night. Like, I want to be intimate with them in a way that I'm not intimate with anybody else. And like, and it's a very particular feeling. It's you see them and it's like chemical in your brain. You get a response. You're like, oh, there they are. And it's not just sexual. The sexual aspect is there, but it's beyond sexual. It's more like you long for them in your heart.
Yeah, it's really specific.
Yeah, it's very specific.
That feeling.
Yeah.
It's a hard feeling though. To like maneuver through, because it's like it's so pure inside of you, and it's like, and sometimes, and most of the times I feel like it's like with people that like you just can't, you kind of know deep inside that it's just not gonna work out,
but you don't care. You
don't care
fantasize all
it's
the same.
so pure that you're like, maybe it'll
you hold on to that maybe.
Yeah.
Like, for the love of God, nothing's gonna take that maybe away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, a relationship is 50-50, and my side of the 50 is in love with you. So, just wait for that other 50 to hit the road.
Catch up.
Yeah. And maybe it will. It didn't for me. And I had to, learn to deal with that. And that was hard. But at the end of the day, the love for that person is still there. That person's still in my life. And I'm very grateful for them to be in my life, regardless of whether it was romantic or not. And maybe it was for the best. Because who's to say in another world, if they did have feelings for me, maybe they wouldn't be in my life anymore. And I would be the worst. I would be worse off for it. So I'm really grateful to still have this person here with me. Yeah.
On that, do you think it'll ever get to a point where you might feel comfortable telling this person, if both of you have had an experience like this, telling this person that like this once was a thing for you?
I've given that a lot of thought.
I think I would. I'm very upfront, and I'm very like, I don't like to hold on to things too much, especially when it's someone that's like a friend, like someone that I view as like my family, like, or someone that I feel very close to in that way. I feel like it would kill me to keep it inside, even though I wasn't having that feeling anymore. It would be like I'm being dishonest to myself, and I'm being dishonest to the person at the end of the day. So I would much rather be completely and fully bare and honest with this person that I consider this my family or my friend, and let it all out, and then seeing how they take it. But I feel like, if they're close enough to you to accept that and be like, okay, like, thank you, seeing how that goes. I don't think it should affect the relationship in any way, shape, or form, especially if it's a feeling that either you've gone, you're over, or it was, I don't know.
I have given that a lot of thought, especially over this last summer, about wanting to come clean eventually to this person. But I'm very hesitant to, because it can change everything. You know, whether or not we want it to change. Like, I could tell this person, and this person could be super cool about it and be like, that's okay. And I don't have the feelings that I had for them once are not the same feelings I have for them, and I've moved on. However, the love for that person is still very strong. Like, just as a friendship wise and like person wise, still love that person very much. But to tell them that I was in love with them could make them, in my mind, like it could make them look at our relationship differently. You know, maybe next time we're hanging out alone, they might be thinking, you know, what are they thinking right now? Like, maybe, you know, like they'll want to distance themselves from me. Because the thing is, when you're with your friend, and a close friend at that, there's a particular trust you have amongst the two of you. You're both on the same page and you both have a trust. But then when someone finds out that there's feelings on one end, it changes the whole dynamic. You're not with your friend, you're not with this close friend anymore. You're with someone who sees you a certain way. And that changes everything. And I'm not prepared to just come clean, because on my end, I know that I've gotten over the feelings and that it's done. To just tell the person could just bring everything back, and I've passed it. And to bring it all back, and then to affect this relationship that we've established at this point would hurt me. And yes, you can say like you're not being honest with the person, but it's not. I'm not lying to them. I tell them I love them. And I do, and that love is not unpure, and it's not, you know, what's the word? It's not ungenuine or foul or love or like or anything deceiving. It's very, very truthful. And I wouldn't want them to start getting caught up in all these thoughts of like, well, are they thinking about me like that right now, or like, are we? Like, can we still hang out? Like, it's awkward now, and I don't want to ruin it, you know? And I don't know. That's just...
Oh, but that makes sense. And that's the thing I find with love, or really any of these, like, subjects that we've talked about, it's a very personal sort of thing. And, like, I think that with what you said, saying that, like, even though it's after the fact, it's like really only you who knows the experience of what it was like while you were going through it. And so asking someone to see it through your eyes now without everything that's in the background, I guess can seem like a tall order at times. But I do think that like there is a certain amount of understanding that people can have regarding this sort of subject. And I think something that I guess this whole session is trying to do is to get people to start seeing things from other people's perspectives, if you will. And so on that note, I thank you both for sharing what you've shared today. And I think we're good to wrap up. Well, that's all from us for now on Basement Babbles. Thank you guys for coming. Let us know what you thought down in the comments below. We'll see you next time.